What's up, fellas?
All
Yo.
right.
Going?
Going on?
Up, y'all?
Welcome back, everybody. Blitz and Bricks, episode number 13. Lucky number 13. Carl Malone. All right. Well, I mean, isn't that crazy? 13 weeks of everybody here coming to join together to give potentially good, potentially terrible. Some, if it's Jake, maybe, or Turbo, the worst sports takes you may have ever heard. 13 weeks of you sitting here listening to that. Yeah, thank you guys. Really, start off with a thank you. If anybody else would like to kick off on that, you got anything to say? Y'all good? All right. Well, let's roll into some.
Thank y'all for continuing to tune in. 13 episodes deep.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm very appreciative of you guys. So let's keep it
be?
rolling.
Where would we be without y'all?
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Truly. All right, well, with that being said, let's go ahead and kick it off with some already broken news. So, today is Tuesday, July 7th, and that about settles the round of 16. So, yeah, today, as of literally, 10 minutes ago, the round of 16 is concluded for the World Cup. You got 8 countries: Morocco, France, Norway, England, Spain, Belgium, Argentina, and Switzerland will be moving on to the quarterfinals. After last night's embarrassing U.S. loss 4-1 to Belgium, all the host countries for the Cup have officially been eliminated. The moment most everyone knew it was all over for the U.S. was when the goalie, Matt Frias, got possessed by Youngwei Koo and kicked the ground instead of the ball, resulting in Belgium getting a possession and scoring to go up 2 goals. There's just so much wrong with last night's game. I think we put a pin in this and just talk about the other games, and then we'll just. I think there's too many other cool things to talk about. Argentina making a crazy 0-2 comeback in the fucking second half today. That was amazing. Shout out Messi, 39 years old, still getting it done. That's the Golden Boot this year. I'm calling it right now. If you wanna put money on the Golden Boot winner, go Messi. Mbappe, I think, was leading going into the week just because he had his 2 assists that gave him favoritism on it. But Messi's winning this shit, dude. He's just making a statement right now. Ronaldo's already gone home. Messi is still here. Who's the real goat?
Yeah.
But yeah, what are you guys liking from the game so far?
Thought it was kind of
Yeah,
rigged.
I like the atmosphere. You can like feel it, even though obviously I'm not going to the games. I don't have that kind of money, but like even just sitting at home, like the announcers, like you feel the countries, you feel the fan bases of every country, like getting, extremely passionate about their teams.
Have you tried watching any of the games on Telemundo yet?
I have, yeah. They played
It's
at
so
work.
great. It's so yeah. That's where I'll put them on at work.
Dude, the guy today, like he was trying to say goal, and he legit, like he just sounded like Chewbacca, bro. He couldn't
Yeah,
even speak.
yeah, dude, that's the best part. Whenever they start getting on some crazy attack and they're just aggressive, dude, they'll just start hurling things out. And I don't speak the language, man, but they're getting words out there and people are understanding it, and it sounds really entertaining. So I like watching it. I like watching the games on Telemundo. I wonder what it would be
I
like
think the
watching.
best part about the World Cup for me is that you have all these little countries that it's their first time ever being in the World Cup, and the entire world just rallies behind them. Cabo Verde was that team this year.
Yeah,
I wanted them to beat Argentina so
Wow.
badly.
Dude.
Weirdly enough, I was somehow more sad when Cabo Verde lost than I was when the U.S. lost because I was more or less just mad. Because I was like, come on, how do you get this bad? But when Cabo Verde lost, I felt so bad for them.
Dude, yeah, that 40-year-old goalie. He's the keeper that blew up on Instagram over like literally the first group phase game, right? He went into the game,
Yeah.
went into the game with like 40,000 Instagram followers. He comes out of it now. He has like more followers than Tom Brady or something on Instagram. It's crazy. It's so crazy. I mean, he's 40 years old and he stopped. I think he stopped 8 goals in 2 different appearances. No, he had 7 in that game against Argentina, right? Was it 7 saves?
Yeah, he had like 13 against Spain too. I'm pretty sure. Something like that.
That's so insane, dude. That's so 13. That can't be right, bro. I know he had 8 in that first match, that the group phase match, and that's where he blew up. That's a 40-year-old man, bro. Playing keeper's not easy. You got to be like leaping your body across. The goal is wide, bro. Being able to stretch out that far at 40 years old, that's props. That's a lot of props to that guy. Milton says, "Yo, what up, Milton?" But yeah, I guess let's get started talking about the shit show of last night. That was just an awful game. I really don't even know.
Awful,
I don't know.
horrible.
I really don't know where to begin. I don't personally think that there was even a point after watching this game in Trump calling the FIFA office and requesting them to lift the suspension on Flo. I think we would have gotten the same equivalent last night with Flo still suspended. He was basically a non-factor. I think he took 3 shots. He didn't have a goal. But I mean, that is just.
Shout out Milton for the Rose toys.
Yo, shout out Milton. That's hella Rose toys. Let's go. Milton with the 70 Rose toys to start off the day. Let's go.
Thank you, Milton.
Thank you, Milton. You're him. But yeah, I mean, Flo's out there. Every time I look up, I was at work last night, so I obviously not just staring at the screen the whole night, which I kind of was for a good bit. We were a little slow, which was so weird. But I mean, I was watching the game, and every time I felt like I was looking up at the screen, I just see fucking Flo just standing there, just chilling, not really doing anything, not getting involved, not being aggressive at all. You know what I thought when I saw the news that they lifted his suspension and he was going to play against Belgium? I thought he was going to come out there with so much aggression, a chip on his shoulder, wanting to prove the officiants wrong. He wanted to come out there and dominate. I had a long shot bet where I took him for over 2 goals. I thought it was going to go crazy. I was like, all right, yeah, let's see what happens. It was $20, so I didn't care. But that did not hit. That did not hit at all. I think that it was an absolute risk putting Christian Pulisic out there at any point in that game. I mean, he's been dealing with, what was it? He's been having, was it calf or hamstring issues throughout the group phase? I think he has an ankle injury. That was it. His ankle that got him pulled out of the game. No, it was his knee. I literally watching it, I knew that he was not coming back into the game at all. It's just, you're a danger to yourself out there at that point. We could have, honestly, if Flo never got the suspension lifted, we could have just not even played Pulisic and just let them go out there and see what happens. I think it really would have been the exact same game. Like, I just feel like both of our biggest stars were nowhere to be found. Our keeper, like, I think dude, like, that's not the situation to leave an open goal at all. You have no defender presence to back you up. You are 40 yards out of the box, dude. You are so far close to the midfield, and you're going out there just to play catch with the guys. Like, what are you have 1 or 2 defenders by you, and then you've got their entire attacker presence, all of their midfield just rushing you, and you miss the kick. You kick the turf. I mean, Freese just hit the ground there. There was no contact with the ball. And what happens? To the worst. Belgium goes down and they score. Also, not to mention, the guy that scored in the first half, those 2 goals, those were his first 2 ever goals in an actual World Cup elimination game appearance. I think he'd only ever scored in qualifier rounds before, but he'd only ever had, I think, 3 actual starts in the World Cup. They threw him in there, and he just shit down our throats immediately, right off the bat. So props to that guy, Charles. I can't say his name. Sorry, I can't pronounce that. It's really long. I remember trying to read it off of his jersey last night, and I was like, I'll never know how to say that. I will literally never know how to say that name unless someone tells me how. But I mean, that was just a terrible game to watch. I literally think that my first grade, like, little league goalkeeper, Wes Alvarez, could have gone out there and made an actual, like, higher IQ decision to not just run out and leave a wide open goal. That was terrible. And
Yeah, I've
everybody,
seen Wes Alvarez highlights. He's a pretty good player, but
shout out my, like, first grade friend Wes Alvarez. We went to elementary.
He's a Harvard graduate too.
Yeah, probably is. He was a very smart kid.
No, the goalkeeper for the U.S., dude.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought we were still talking about my first grade. Yeah, I thought we were talking about my first grade Little League keeper.
No,
But
dude.
dude, that was stupid. That was downright dumb. I genuinely don't think that there's a word for how in the English language for how disappointed I was yesterday. It's just the whole game.
Yeah.
I kept thinking going into halftime. I kept thinking I was like, it's soccer, you know. We're gonna come out there. It's gonna be a completely different game in the second half. We're gonna be aggressive, which we were. We dominated possession. I think Belgium took 3 shot attempts in total in the whole second half, and I think 2 of them ended up being goals. They get that last goal at the last like couple seconds of the game. Like I had stopped watching and I turned back to see we lost 1-4. That was heartbreaking, dude. Like that's just the icing on the cake. But I mean, I don't want to.
I'm used to my teams letting me down on Monday Night Football. You know,
Yeah,
mean,
I
it
guess
is
you're
what it
right.
is.
I guess you're right. I guess you got a good point there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I got a better football to give a shit about for the next 4 years now. That's my mindset on this. I'd like to see in my pick. I'd like to see Spain go and win it all. That's who I've got my money on. Just a little $20 I think I threw on them, but also I would love to see Argentina go and go back to back just for Messi, just because Messi's Messi, man, and you know Christian, he cried when Ronaldo got eliminated, so that made me feel a little good inside. Shout out Christian. And
He cried.
Yeah, he told me he
No
cried.
way.
He told me he cried. I texted him and I was like, "Hey man, like I know you're probably actually sad about this. This is actually the last time he'll appear in the World Cup. Like I'll lay off you today." And he's like, "Dude, like I actually don't. Like I did cry about that. I was really sad." Yeah, like I freaking cried, bro. What a
Oh
Melvin.
man.
What a Melvin. All right. Well, does anybody have anything else that they want to talk about on World Cup before we move on? Because we got a few other things that
All I gotta say is that if Christian Pulisic is supposedly the LeBron James of soccer, this was his 2011 finals.
Wow.
He played like
Wow.
shit.
Wow. Wow, dude. You know, I have one more thing to say about Belgium in that game. Say what you want about how we performed in that football match yesterday, but I could tell you there's not a soul on that Belgium roster that is meeting Derrick Henry in the A gap in the middle of December in a real football field. I tell you that right now.
Hey, how many SEC championships does Belgium have?
Yeah. Oh, I think 0.
0. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still golden.
Yeah. Well, if nobody has anything else to talk about on World Cup, we'll go ahead and kick it off with some NBA. So there's a lot going on right now. Obviously, there've been a bunch of huge trades. Turbo's going to get on into that in just a second. But real quick, Knicks Finals MVP Jalen Brunson is undergoing surgery on his left wrist. Nothing serious. Brunson played through this left wrist injury throughout the Knicks' dominant championship run. Shams says that sources tell ESPN that Brunson will return to full basketball activities with the team later this summer. So I think that just seems like it's a minor injury. They're probably just going to touch up whatever the issue is with his wrist. I mean, the guy still played his heart out and won Finals MVP. What do you have? He had a 40-point game. 45, yeah, 45 in that last game. Yeah, 45 of their 94 points. That's right. Yeah, I remember that now. That's incredible.
If anything, this just makes his performance all the more impressive.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. That just makes him sound even better.
Yeah.
But yeah, Turbo, I'm going to let you get into everything that has gone down since we talked last Tuesday.
I'm gonna just touch up on the biggest trade that's been going on as of right now, which is gonna be Jaylen Brown going to the 76ers for basically nothing. You're gonna return Paul George that played decent in the playoffs. Seen him play better. Terrible contract with that. I mean, you only get 2 first-round picks and 2 second-rounders. And a guy like Jaylen Brown, you gotta at least get at least 4. Don't forget, guys, this guy's the Finals MVP. I just think that was just I don't know. They could have got way better. I've seen the trade package they got offered, and they said no to, and it's just like insane to me. They said no to Giannis, by the way, if y'all didn't know.
That's just so crazy. That's so
Like,
crazy.
They say no to Giannis because Giannis wants a 3-year, and they only wanted to give him a 2-year. I just think I don't know what's going on with the Celtics because the Celtics front office is usually pretty good. Brad Stevens is an amazing GM, but after this trade, it makes me question what is wrong with that guy. You're basically just gambling on Tatum to be that guy. I don't know. I think he was the second best even when Jaylen Brown was there. That's just me though.
I agree.
Uh, I
Yeah,
don't
don't be
know.
too hard on him, man. Though he's only 19 years old.
Is he really? No way, he's 19.
Talking about Tatum, you actually seriously you actually seriously believe?
I'm joking.
Wow.
Anyways,
Okay,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Add it
Anyway,
to the blooper reel.
yeah.
Chat, clip that. Thank you, Milton. He's got it. He's gonna dunk on you again.
thank you.
Wow, not
He's
again.
high.
Yeah, but I think oh yeah, I saw another report today about the Lakers finally get a backup big after trading DeAndre Ayton.
We did see this too.
They signed Kevin Looney to the 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
He's a champ, veteran. I like the pick. I mean, he's gonna be a backup, so I mean, not really much you can ask for the guy other than just play defense, get rebounds.
Well, they made the
Um,
right decision kicking DeAndre into the curb the second they had the opportunity.
the
That
second
was
they got Kessler, he was out of there.
literally JJ said he said it would give him more playing time when he could learn how to catch a basketball. Like that's just so embarrassing to hear from your own head coach, bro. Like you gotta hang it
Number one
up. You gotta
overall,
hang
by
it
the
up.
way.
I know, bro. You gotta hang it the fuck up after that. That's just tough.
It's crazy to me. I mean, that guy's. I personally thought he was going to be way better with the Lakers. I mean, I thought Luka was going to make that guy look like an all-star.
So did I, bro. I thought that was such a crazy. I thought this was gonna be his real breakout. Like I thought he was gonna be something different. I thought the Lakers would be crazy this year. And the only playoff series win we got to see was LeBron by himself and his son,
Yep.
Bronny.
Yeah, Bronny.
Bronny got a contract. Bronny got a contract in the NBA, and not on a team that his dad is on. But he
That's
was.
awesome.
But he was.
Until he gets traded to the Cavs, and then that lures him back to Cleveland.
Yeah, right. Wait, you know what? Speaking of Turbo, are you done on the Jaylen
Yeah.
Brown? All right, then speaking of this topic, where do we think Braun is? I know we touched on it a little bit last week. It was Turbo's debate. What does everyone want to say about LeBron's next steps? Because it's starting to get more to a point where there's more of a story brewing now. I mean, he did come out and say that he's letting every single team in the league pitch him on a minimum contract. So, I mean, obviously you're not going to have to pay for a lot for LeBron, but you're going to have to go out there and tell him why you're the team that's going to get him one more ring.
Okay, but I mean, like realistically though, there's no way LeBron is paying attention in like more than half of these.
Dude,
right? There's no way we're gonna see LeBron wear a Memphis Grizzlies jersey.
Dude, I was gonna say LeBron's not going to Utah. Fucking, he's not going. There's so many places he is not going, and I think that there are only 3 places that he could go realistically.
He's got to take a deep consideration with the Sacramento Kings.
Oh my god! After the release of DeMar, they waived him the mutual agreement to be waived today. Was that today for DeMar getting waived from the Kings?
Today, and actually, the Kings probably got better by doing that. At least future-wise, not gonna lie.
Wow.
I think they also did. I mean, DeMar's just a cancer, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And he doesn't like Drake, so you know.
Dude, yeah, Drake's gonna have a field day with that move. But I mean, I don't know. I think a retirement tour Miami LeBron would be something so fun to watch. I really do.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't buy the Golden State buzz just because
I don't either. They can't afford him. They cannot afford him. They just gave
afford him, but also like the Cavs Golden State rivalry, like that wasn't long enough for everyone to forget about.
Yeah.
Like,
and I also I don't think it's possible to be able to acquire LeBron with their plan. Their plan was just the weirdest thing I've ever heard. They wanted to re-sign KP and go out and trade for AD so that they could lure in LeBron in free agency. AD he's not even comfortable in Washington yet. He hasn't obviously played any time there. Really didn't play hardly any time in Dallas, but I mean, they immediately shot that down the second those rumors started brewing. They said that they're answering no calls on Anthony Davis whatsoever, and they are currently satisfied with their roster to the fullest extent that it can be. I mean, I think that
maybe he'll be a wizard then.
Literally the greatest what if team that we might see if they could all be healthy. If they could all be healthy, but that's just a really big if. I don't know. LeBron in Miami would be cool.
Every time you say if Justin Herbert gets his wings.
Yeah, right. Justin
I did see some report about Mitchell saying that because Mitchell just got
Mitchell
the-
got he got his big extension too, which that just
they asked him about LeBron and he was like, "Yeah, if we can get LeBron, we need to get LeBron." That's what he said.
let's actually look at the numbers of Donovan Mitchell's contract real
Pretty sure
quick.
it's 240.
He's making
It is
75 towards the end of his contract.
Literally, as a 33-year-old in the 2030-31 season, he will be making a league high $75.5 million salary. Holy shit! Year 1, 60.9 mil, nice. Year 2, 65.8. Year 3, 70.6. Year 4, 75.5. I mean, he was mostly consistent in the postseason. Harden turning the ball over every single opportunity he got, really shot them in the foot, especially in that Knicks series. They could have at least won one of those games had they not just let Harden literally hand the ball away every time the ball was in his hands.
Analytically, I think they won the series, though.
Yep. Yeah, well,
Donovan Mitchell, he's in what, year 9 and still hasn't even made a conference finals. Or wait, no, I guess he made it this year, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did make it this
He
year.
got swept.
Whatever,
He got swept.
He's in year 9 and he hasn't won a game in the conference finals. Now
There
we're
you
gonna
go.
use that as
There
an
you go.
excuse.
There you go.
The hate never ends.
The last thing that I have on the NBA today is this was, I think, yesterday this came out. So Tim Hardaway Sr. has gone back on his decision. He will be letting it's not fully unretiring his jersey, but his son, Tim Hardaway Jr., every Mavericks fan in that finals run, favorite player from that finals team, Tim Hardaway Jr. is allowed to wear his dad's retired number 10 jersey with the Miami Heat. That will be something to watch. Just another Tim Hardaway Jr. season. Well, that's all I've got from the NBA today. Unless anyone has anything else they want to throw in there, go for it right now. And then if not, Hunter, you can go ahead and kick off what you got on the UFC.
Oh yeah, I want to say Ben Simmons announced that he's going to be making a return to.
I saw that
get
too.
back to the NBA.
I saw Ben Simmons threatens the Sixers and Nets with a return to the roster. That's what I saw, bro.
Hey, all I'm saying, Ben, is I'm rooting for you, man. You know, I know it's been a rough go of things for you. Your career didn't go the way you wanted to, but I believe in you, and you're gonna come back. Hey, LeBron, we're good, bro.
You always want to be the odd one out, man. You want to be. You are probably Ben Simmons' only fan. Only fans.
All right. Real quick before I talk about the UFC, I want to make an announcement to Ben Simmons. There we go. That's all I've got to say.
Dude, I was Ben Simmons' biggest fan.
Wow.
Are you still?
Keyword was nobody's a Ben Simmons fan anymore except for Jake, I guess.
Yeah, Jake just really laid it on.
Look, bro, I'm not gonna. There's no point in rooting for a guy to fail when everyone's already putting him down. There's obvious, there's obvious outliers. Like Deshaun Watson, can't root for him. Obviously,
Got out cars for the roast toys.
Like Ben Simmons, bro. I will root for Ben Simmons because that flash he showed, man, shit was special.
That's why.
I'm just an LSU fan.
Yo, Milton, shout out for 20 more Rose toys. Carson, shout out for 16 Rose toys. Yo, Geis with the roses. Let's go. Geis at
Dude, I'm looking at Geis right now.
You're looking at Geis while he's gifting the show. That's epic. Thank you, Geis. Well, yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Are we, do we have any more shitting on Ben Simmons to do, or are we rolling into this UFC? Ben Street Clothes Simmons from Ashton's dad. Nice. That's good. That's really good.
Oh, man.
Ashton's dad in the chat. Downtown Jimmy Brown, Ashton's dad. He sends a smiley face.
I think we're ready for the UFC.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take that off.
I'm down to get into it. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay,
all right. So, obviously, the biggest news about the UFC is that Conor McGregor is set to make his return to the Octagon next Saturday against Max Holloway. He hasn't backed out yet. We're within a week of the fight. it's safe to assume that the fight is going to happen. Conor hasn't fought in the UFC since July 2021, where he lost to Dustin Poirier via doctor stoppage. He was booked to fight Michael Chandler back in 2024, but the fight was scrapped because Conor sustained a right nostril injury. Since Conor's last appearance, Max Holloway has fought in 8 fights. He's gone 5-3, but those only losses are to Volkanovski, Ilya Tapira, and Charles Oliveira. There is no shame in losing to either of those guys.
Those are
Conor does.
just yeah. That's not a bad loss at all. Any of those.
Yeah, not a bad loss. 2 of those were title fights. But yeah, Conor does have a win against Max, but that fight was 13 years ago, so who gives a shit? For context, that was when Cam had just turned old enough to drink. But going into this fight, I'm expecting Holloway to win this one. It is his first time fighting at welterweight, but I do think Conor not fighting for 5 years is going to leave him at a disadvantage. Max just has really good cardio, and he's only ever been knocked out once in his career to Ilya Tapira. I think the longer the fight goes on, the more the likelihood of Max winning grows, and then Conor's chances just slowly diminish. I think Conor will get gas the longer the fight goes on, and Max is also known to have a very high volume of strikes during his fights. He has the most significant strikes in UFC history. So I think the best chance for McGregor in this fight is to just try and end it early if you can, and the main thing is keep the fight in the center of the cage. Don't get backed into the cage because you're going to be done for. Because at that point, you're leaving yourself vulnerable to more strikes from Holloway. So I think going into this, I would give the edge to Max. But I mean, I also did say that Ilya Tapira was going to dominate against Justin Gaethje, and that did not happen. So take my takes with a grain of salt.
You said betting $100 on Gaethje in that fight was like burning or taking $100 bill and setting it on fire. Is that what you said?
No, he said it.
Something along those. Yeah, if you bet if you bet $100 on Justin Gaethje, you will lose $100.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, if anybody actually listened to my advice, I am sorry. I cost you $100.
Actually, no. If
It was like $600, I think. I think he was plus 500.
Wow.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's my bad. My bad, y'all.
Yeah, I do.
But yeah.
I do want to say I think it's fun to see Conor fighting again, but I just don't think this can end well for him at all. I really don't. I think this might even be embarrassing, to be honest. But
yeah, the only thing that I think would give him a chance is if Max has a bad weight cut.
It already was actually the more yeah that too. But the more I think about it, the last
first
one
time fighting at welterweight going up, but yeah, there's no way.
The last fight was already so embarrassing enough, dude. Like fucking snapping your leg like that. Ugh, that was so gruesome too, bro. That shit was huge.
Your wife is in me DMs. Whatever shit he said.
Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Dude, he fucking dude. The old when I was in high school, Conor McGregor, like that guy would just say anything that fucking could come out of his fucking mouth in those pressers, bro, and it was awesome. And now we just
objectively the UFC is where it is today because of Conor McGregor. But his prime was a decade ago.
Yeah, literally, he was such a great, I guess you could say, villain in the league with the way he'd talk shit to anyone and everyone. But wow, it's just so crazy. He's really every 5 years we just get to watch him get beat up now. I guess so that's just gonna be the new thing. I thought he was supposed to be on the White House card originally. I thought that's what they were first saying, but I think that probably could have been just.
I think that they realized that McGregor could just sell a card by himself, and they didn't need to put him on the White House. I think the topic was that they wanted John Jones to fight Alex Pereira at the White House, but that didn't happen.
That would have been fucking cool.
It would have been, and I mean, it would have been a lot. I mean, it would have been more tolerable seeing John Jones beat Alex Pereira than seeing Cyril Gane beat Alex Pereira. Dude, I was so pissed after that fight.
Yeah.
And then Pereira's just been going out sad, just complaining about it online. Yeah, sure, he landed illegal blows, but come on, man. Don't go out like a bitch. But also on this card, I do want to go over. I mean, this fight is. I will be honest, it's not nearly as interesting as seeing Conor McGregor return to the UFC, but I do think this is going to be a very interesting fight to watch. Paddy Pimblett will be facing off against Benoit Saint Denis. Paddy's last fight was a loss to Justin Gaethje, who is now the lightweight champion. If Patty had won that fight, he would have been competing at the White House card, unless they decided to book it on a different event. But he would have been facing Ilya either way. Benoit is currently on a 4-fight win streak, and he goes into this fight as a favorite. But I think this will be a really close fight, albeit probably a little sloppy. Neither have elite striking, but if they're on the feet, I would give the edge to Benoit just because he has a little bit more knockout power. But I don't think there's going to be a knockout in this fight because Patty has a very strong chin. I think where this fight gets interesting is like if it goes to the ground, because like you could argue Benoit's a better wrestler, but Patty's better at like finding ways to get submissions. So if I had to predict this one, I think I would give the edge to Benoit just because like Patty Pimblett, like sure, he can get submissions on the ground, but he is shit at taking people down. Benoit's significantly better at him in this regard, and I think that could play a part. But I think realistically, if Benoit plays it smart, he'd probably just keep it on the feet because on the ground is realistically where Patty would have the best chance to beat him. So I think this will be an interesting fight to watch. I mean, this is a very hard fight to place money on, but we'll see how it goes. But obviously, the fight to watch on this one is definitely Conor McGregor
Yeah.
returning and rematching against Max Holloway.
Yeah, dude, that's just such a McGregor Holloway is such a great dude. Like that's just such a great fight. I can't believe we're getting that in the big 2-6, dude. Like, who would have thought? Who would have thought? This is so wild. The middle of the summer in the big 2-6, we're getting a Conor McGregor Max Holloway card.
If McGregor just knocks him out.
I just don't.
Do I think McGregor? No, I mean Max Holloway's only ever been knocked out once in
Yeah.
his career,
And
and
McGregor's
that was to
just
Ilya Takura.
McGregor, like I said, McGregor's literally just gonna go out there. One, you said it yourself. He sells the card on his own, and then he goes out there and gets embarrassed, and that's where all the money comes in. That's just it.
I'm actually predicting a corner stoppage, like after like the third or the fourth round, he's just going to be too gassed, and then they're going to be like, all right, no, we're stopping the fight, or he's just going to
Wow.
be too beaten up.
After that, you think a corner stoppage after the second round?
Hey, if Ilya can be stopped by a corner stop, no, I didn't say second round. I said like third or fourth.
Okay, I thought you said second round.
Yeah.
My bad. I was gonna say that's
second round would be way too. Second round would be
insane,
way
bro.
too crazy.
Dude,
But I mean, I think it's very possible because you got to think like 5 years. I mean, unless he has like a really stellar camp, I just don't see like a world where Connor goes into this fight and just dominates.
Yeah, I agree with you. I really don't. I just think I think his fighting days are behind him, and I also think his acting days should be behind him too. Um, if anybody saw that Roadhouse movie, I watched part of it really drunk and I had to turn it off. I had to go home actually. I wasn't even at home. I just left where I was.
If you can't watch a movie
so
drunk,
bad.
then it's a shit movie.
It was so bad, bro. I was pissing the people off that I was watching it with because I wouldn't stop talking shit about how bad it was. I don't even remember seeing Connor in the movie at any point. I think I left before he showed up, but it sucked. But is that all we got on the UFC today? Anyone got anything else?
Yeah, that's all I've got on the UFC.
All right. Well, I want to go ahead and switch it up to a little more serious note for a second. So we're gonna, I know we like to joke around a lot, but we're gonna lay off the jokes for a minute, just to kind of hit a touchy subject. But there have been some new updates to come out regarding former Dallas Cowboys edge rusher Marshawn Nealon, who passed away this last November due to complications with depression and his mental health. Researchers at the Boston University CTE Center have diagnosed his brain with stage 1 CTE after his very unfortunate passing during the 2025 season. He was only 24 years old. That stage 1 CTE at such a young age, that already is horrible. But I mean, just the fact alone that he was just a 24-year-old man, it's basically you're still a kid. I just turned 27 the other day, and I still kind of feel like a kid. But I mean, this guy's got his whole life ahead of him, and a little bit of a brain injury on top of a lot of serious depression. It really became too much to weigh on him. I kind of hope that these new findings don't really downplay those other serious factors of his mental health issues and depression. According to his girlfriend Catalina Mancera, Nealon suffered with depression very, very badly after losing his mother. His teammate, quarterback Dak Prescott, has been through a very, very similar situation. Dak lost his mom to colon cancer, and she was his rock growing up. She was all he had. He lost his mom to colon cancer in 2013. I think that was around one of his first starts. I can't remember. It was maybe his sophomore year of college. I can't quite remember. That was so long ago now. But then just not even a decade later, 2020, which was a horrible year for everyone around the world. Dak loses his brother Jace, or yeah, Jace, and it's just a tough thing. And Dak, shortly after that, he turned around and he breaks his ankle and ruins his entire season. The Cowboys weren't going to have a great season that year, but Dak statistically was on pace for a phenomenal, maybe record-breaking season. So that was a huge, huge, heartbreaking loss for him after another. And I mean, if anyone could understand it with Marshawn and be there to help him grieve, it could have been Dak. And I'm sure Dak was there for him a lot. He had a lot to say. I mean, Dak himself started the Faith Fight Finish Foundation with the goal to seek out those that suffer with symptoms of depression and declining mental health, to let them know that they're not alone and that help is all around them. Um, I think things like these need to be more common. I just kind of wanted to take a moment on the show today with this news having come back up. Just check on the people around you. You may never know what someone could be going through. Literally, just something as simple as a text saying, "Hey," or "What's up?" could literally save a life. Um, I know for a fact from the audio logs that Catalina had been trying to get a hold of Marshawn for like an hour when he drove off and left the house. Literally just shoot a text, tell someone that you care about them. If you think something's off, you never know. You really never know. It's just such a sad thing to have this come back up, and it's even more sad to know that he was diagnosed with stage 1 CTE at just the age of 24, and they're finding this out 9 months after. It's just very tough. But on that note, unless anyone else has anything heavy that they would like to lay down, I say it's about time to roll on into another segment.
That sounds good.
All right. Well, let's not get too down over here. Let's go ahead and what do we want to do? Trivia. I think it's about time for trivia.
Do we want to hop into trivia?
Yeah, let's go ahead and hop into trivia. I think we spent a little bit too long on a lot of the news talk, so let's cut out the trolling turbo today, I guess. I think it would just be Milton right now. Or Justin. I don't know who Justin is.
Yo, Justin.
Yeah, shout out Justin in the chat. Everybody? Yeah, ready.
All right, Ashton, I'm going to go and give you this first question. Which NFL player holds the record for most scrimmage yards in a single season?
Most scrimmage yards?
Yeah, most scrimmage yards, rushing and receiving yards.
Oh, it's not including like return yards?
No, I don't think.
I think they only.
Okay.
No, not including return yards.
Okay.
Oh, your dad knows.
Of course he does.
What does Dad say?
I can't say it. He's
I don't know.
The answer.
I can't see the chat.
I'll text you what he says because I think this was my guess. This
is it. LT?
Not LT.
All right. Well, that was your dad's guess. So, like father, like son, Apple did not fall far. They got the same brain. That was my guess too. Honestly,
wow.
that's
funny. I'm trying to think.
I will say it is a running back.
Yeah, it has to be a running back.
But I mean, it has to be a running back. I mean, that's
is
like
it more
the most
recent?
obvious thing about it. It fairly recent. It happened over a decade ago, but
yeah, Nico.
Oh,
thank you for the
man.
follow.
Oh, is it Adrian Peterson?
Not Adrian Peterson. No.
Oh my gosh, why did I think it was Adrian Peterson?
I kind of have a feeling that this is something that got broken recently.
He said over a decade ago.
Oh, over a decade. I didn't hear that part. I was thinking of I don't really know what it is.
Saquon.
Not Saquon.
I mean, I think I know who it is.
I can. Well, okay, Jake. If you think you know who it is, do you want to try and take a shot? Do you want to try and steal it?
I think Chris Johnson had 2.5K yards.
Oh my gosh.
It's Chris Johnson.
I think it really was right in front of us. After all, we just were talking about him last week.
It really was. Yeah,
we were just talking about him. And
that was the motivation for this one.
Nice
Wow.
save.
I
He had
completely forgot he
2005.
existed.
80 yards ahead of Marshall Falk in 1999. Wow, bro, I remember
I was
watching
I was gonna
that.
guess Marshall Falk until he said it was pretty recent.
Yeah,
Wait,
it was,
how
I
many
mean,
did
Marshall Falk would have been a fantastic guess, but
how many did Saquon have a couple years ago? He had to have been
Is-
like pretty close, right?
When he had the 2,000-yard season, I think he was probably like, I don't know, because I don't think he definitely didn't have 500
That doesn't count
receiving
into his
yards.
like receiving yardage and stuff.
Yeah,
Not that he was like.
Well,
throwing it a
I'm
bunch,
talking about
still.
scrimmage. That's scrimmage yards. He had 2,000. Did he have 2,000 total rushing yards? Wasn't that it? That was the big deal. Derrick
Saquon?
Henry.
Yeah.
Derrick
he
Henry.
had 2,000 rushing yards. I
Derrick
don't know how many
Henry.
receiving yards.
Derrick Henry's big deal that he broke 2,000 scrimmage, but he couldn't break 2,000 rushing. But Saquon did break.
I thought Henry did.
rushing.
No,
I don't think he
doesn't
broke
really
the. I don't
matter,
know. I think he was like 1,900 rushing at the end of the season, but he had enough receiving to break it. I'm trying to look up.
As it stands, I mean, that was a little bit more than a decade ago, back in 2009. But yeah, as it stands, Chris Johnson holds the record for most scrimmage yards in a single season.
And
Yeah,
Jake,
but
to
come
answer your
next year,
question,
come next year it'll be 2026 Jameer Gibbs.
Saquon was one single rushing yard behind Chris Johnson in 2009 with the 2004 season, and he finished a total of a nearly.
Saquon played in 2004. He went back in time.
No, I'm saying he played 2024 in his 2024 season where he had 2,005 rushing yards. There's one short of the 2009 Chris Johnson 2006 rushing. There's too many 2000s that are coming out of my mouth right now. Let's roll on to the next question.
All right, Cam.
All right, it's for me.
Since 2010, yeah, this one's for you. Since 2010, there have been 3 number 1 overall picks that haven't played in the NBA playoffs.
Ooh.
Can you name those players?
Ooh. I have something. I don't know if this is the answer because I think it's too obvious, but I do. Test it over here. Fumble through all my fucking clothes that I'm moving. Would this guy be an answer? Is that going to count? Are you going to count one season of Cooper Flagg?
Yeah, I counted Cooper Flagg just
Okay.
because he has played.
Right,
It did feel a little bit like cheating to put him on there, but since he has played in the NBA, I went ahead and counted it.
All right, we got one.
Yeah, you got one.
3 number 1 overall picks that have not played. Zion, definitely. That once was fat, now on Ozempic. Zion, he'll never make it. Neither of those builds from Zion makes it.
Yeah, you're right. It's Zion. Zion's the second one.
All right, yeah. Since 2010, I'm gonna have to think back to. I'm gonna have to think back to like my 40s.
I feel like if I gave you a hint, it would definitely solidify who this person is. So I'll just like try and say like something else. He's Canadian.
Okay. Fuck. Number 1 overall pick. Fucking ass. Dude, like this, he's so ass. His name just doesn't come to mind. Cavs 2013. Anthony Bennett.
Anthony Bennett.
Give me that shit.
Anthony Bennett, Zion, and Cooper Flagg. So Cooper Flagg, like you can't knock on you can't really knock on him for it. He's only been in the league for 1 season. He won the Rookie of the Year.
Hey, dude,
it is what it is.
It's a completely new organization now. We are gonna get him there, bro. Trust.
100%. We will see Cooper Flagg in the playoffs at some point. I hope.
Fucking
but yeah,
soon.
Anthony Bennett. He played for 4 different teams in his 4-year career, and in 151 career games, he only started 4 of them.
That's so.
And he was the number 1 overall pick.
Dude, imagine getting picked first overall, and the team that drafted you doesn't even fucking want you anymore. Oh, dude, that's just so.
Well, because they realized we made a huge error in our judgment.
That's just, dude, like that's such a bad pick, bro. Anthony Bennett.
Objectively, it is, but that was a pretty weak draft as a whole. Other than like Giannis, who was drafted like middle of the round, but nobody expected Giannis to turn into the Greek freak that he is now.
The Greek.
But yeah, also with Zion, like the Pelicans have made the playoffs twice during his career, but injuries have kept him on the sidelines, so he hasn't actually played in a playoff game. So, I mean, these are the 3 who haven't made the playoffs yet.
Yeah, that's just going to turn into 2 after next season.
Absolutely.
After next season.
All right, Jake. College football question for you. Which two programs are the only schools to win each New Year's Six Bowl?
Oh,
That's a good
uh,
one. Okay, I gotta think of teams that have like the most wins all time. So I'm just gonna throw out, probably the biggest rivalry in all of sports. I'll go Ohio State, Michigan. Maybe one of them, if not both of them, are these two teams.
Nope.
Okay. Alabama, they might be. I mean, Alabama's won a lot of games.
Nope.
Yeah, I was just saying, I don't think.
Notre Dame.
Nope.
Uh, damn, this is good. This could get bad. Okay, are we looking? I guess some SEC schools.
yeah.
Texas. They could do.
Texas is one of them. Texas is.
All
They were
right.
the first school to actually win each New Year's Six Bowl.
It was right under your nose all
Really?
along.
It was right under your nose all along.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, so if they were the first school, I don't think Texas has won like the Peach Bowl until they beat Arizona State. I don't know if that's right or not, but I mean this has to be like pretty recent, right?
Yeah, you're doing some good
Yeah.
detective work here, man.
It just amazes me
Okay.
how you are able to solve the answers to every single question. You could literally ask him, just go ahead and keep answering.
So I was gonna say like OU. OU obviously they haven't won. They haven't even won a playoff game since the playoff came out. So like I can't
They
pick
couldn't even
them.
win at home.
No, they couldn't.
Let's see. What
Was
was
that
the
Ty Simpson?
What was the bowl this team won last to get them there?
That's
Fiesta
a
Bowl.
good question. That's
Fiesta
a
Bowl.
really good question.
Fiesta Bowl. Oh, Miami. They beat Ole Miss in the Fiesta Bowl this year.
You're right. You're right. It's
Wow.
Texas and Miami.
He does
Yeah,
it
Texas was the first school to
again,
accomplish
bro.
that feat. He does it again.
Undefeated.
You should be a detective, bro. But yeah,
But just about
Texas
sports.
beat Arizona State in the Peach Bowl to like become the first school to win all New Year's Six Bowls.
Should
What
have
they
lost
almost
one.
damn near lost. They should have lost that game. The fact they even won that game is a miracle. But yeah, their
Forgot
overall
Miami
record
did.
is 19-15-1. 11 of those wins and 11 of those losses are in the Cotton Bowl.
That was the game.
As for Miami,
The
oh sorry, what?
My bad. The Peach Bowl Arizona State win, was that the game where Sark had to come out to give Bert Auburn a pep talk before like a
Oh my
20
God!
it's
Yeah,
like a
no,
20 yard
that is probably one of my favorite clips I've
a
ever seen
20-yard chip
because
shot field goal, and Sark comes out, gives him the fucking probably best
Uh,
pep talk of his life, and he still missed. Oh god, dude, Bert Auburn was just a cancer on the field, bro. He was a problem
he
for
was.
Texas.
Yeah, it doesn't help. He
Oh
looks like a
man,
goober too. So
A true goober.
true goober. And yeah, Miami accomplished this feat after beating Ole Miss in last year's Fiesta Bowl. Their overall record in New Year's Six games is 14-11. And I wouldn't have guessed Miami off the top of my head as a school to do it. I mean, I know they were very dominant in the 80s and the 90s. But I mean, I would have assumed like Jake was going through all those other schools. I would have guessed them before I guessed Miami.
Yeah,
All right,
honestly.
Turbo, pretty difficult question for you. But I think you can get it. LeBron James has averaged 28.2 points per game in the playoffs during his career. That ranks 6th all time. Can you name the players in the top 5?
Sheesh. All right, off the top of my head, for sure, Luca.
Yeah, Luca ranks 2nd.
That's pretty low.
MJ, second
MJ ranks
person.
MJ
top
MJ's
five.
number 1. So yeah, you got MJ and you got Luca.
the goat.
Let me see. Thinking. What about Kevin Durant?
Kevin Durant is on there. Yeah, he's number 4.
Nice.
All right. Now the other ones you know these names, but I think it might be a little bit difficult to guess just because I don't think you'd think of them off the top of your head.
I'm assuming they're already retired. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, the rest of them are retired.
Let's just say Kareem.
Not Kareem.
Hmm.
But this guy did the person who ranks 5th did play for the Lakers.
Hmm.
I think I have an idea.
Let's go with Jerry West.
What the fuck? How'd you guess Jerry
That
West?
actually was such a crazy fuck. I mean, he is the face of the.
What a
he-
fucking
he's
fool.
the,
Yeah.
logo,
he's
bro.
the fucking.
And
He's
then
the
I'm gonna go
logo.
another Laker. I'm gonna go another Laker too. Let's go with Kobe.
Not Kobe, not Kobe. I would have thought you would have guessed Kobe first. Just the
I had a
fact you
different-
went
I had a
straight
different-
to Jerry
I feel
West
like
is
Jay,
insane.
that actually is Turbo. I'm applauding your ball knowledge on that. That was a great pull right there.
Yeah, you know what?
I had a different Laker. I had a different Laker that was also not Jerry West and Kobe in mind, and I'm honestly
I mean,
kind of
yeah, Jerry West
Let's
is the
just
logo.
have
I just didn't
Jerry.
think you would guess Jerry West on this.
yeah. That's just nice for
Well,
a
as soon as
first
I
pull.
think
Nice for
Jerry,
a
I was
first
like,
pull
wait.
off of that hint.
All right, and I'll give you a hint for third. He played for. I mean, well, this is just like telling you who he played for. He played for the 76ers.
Ben Simmons.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
right.
it's Ben
Yeah,
Simmons.
yeah, you
AI.
got that right.
Am I right? AI.
You're right. Oh, I didn't even hear you say AI. Yeah, it's him. It's him. Michael Jordan, he averaged 33.4 points per game. Luca has 30.9. So far, well, I mean, until Luca falls below 30, they're the only two that have over 30 points per game on average. AI averaged 29.7. KD averaged 29.3. Jerry West averaged 29.1. Which again, great guess on Jerry West.
That really was.
I mean, obviously he's the logo. He's an iconic basketball player, but I don't think I would have guessed him on this top 5. I would have guessed like so many other players before I got to Jerry West.
As soon as I said Jerry, I was like, wait, Kobe, duh. And then
Yeah.
it's Kobe.
No,
I
I mean,
was-
still fantastic guess from you, Turbo.
I was rocking with
but-
rocking with Ashton's dad on the dude. Actually, honestly, all of his comms there were fucking great. Magic, I thought was gonna be up there. Even Larry Bird, yeah, I would totally see it.
Yeah.
The king of the fundamentals, bro. The guy that played the game right.
All right, bro. Let's get into the next one. Ashton, this one's for you. Which of the following quarterbacks has the fewest rushing touchdowns? Michael Vick, Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, Steve Young.
I so know the answer.
Hey, it's
The
not your
least
question,
amount
though.
The least amount of rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, the least amount out of all these. Who has the least amount of rushing touchdowns?
I know you know this answer, Ashton. You definitely know this answer.
Dude, I don't know.
I think it's screaming at you right now.
I really don't know. Cause I don't know for like the options aren't making a lot of sense to me. Usually you can decipher a little bit of information from that, but that didn't really give me anything. Say Steve Young.
Steve Young. That's your final answer.
No, I'm not confident on that one actually. I feel like I remember Aaron Rodgers having a lot of rushing touchdowns. Like just every week, constantly.
You feel like you know, or do you know?
I feel like that's what I used to see, the discount double check. I'm just gonna say Aaron Rodgers. I couldn't live with myself if I said anyone else.
All
You
right,
think-
locking it in. Final answer.
This is really making Cam upset.
Do you think
All right, Cam. Cam,
discount double
who do
check
you
king of
think
the
it is?
bootleg? Dude, fucking. First of all, let's just go down this fucking list. Michael Vick is Michael fucking Vick. We don't need to talk anything more about that, all right? I got dogs in the house. I don't want them to get scared. Aaron Rodgers, discount double check king of the fucking bootleg. Anything
what I was
inside of the
saying,
5,
bro.
anything inside of the 5 is a bootleg into the end zone easy. The answer is gotta be Lamar Jackson. Give it to
I
me.
know,
It's
bro.
too obvious. It's too obvious. Why wouldn't it
I
be?
know, bro.
Why wouldn't it be? The guy that can run fucking faster than anyone on the field. It's gotta be him. It has to be him.
Yeah, you're right. It's Lamar Jackson.
It had to be Lamar.
Uh,
It's too obvious.
I mean, okay, I will say this: Lamar definitely will pass
Oh,
Aaron
yeah.
Rodgers and
For sure.
like Michael Vick when it's all said and done. Like he's only one rushing touchdown
I
away
know,
from
bro.
Steve
Tyler.
Young having the
just
most on
confused,
this
bro.
list?
He's coming in on what, year 9?
Yeah, but I mean,
You're
he could still move. He's still mobile. I mean, the only issue is his health
Ugh.
concerns. I mean, the knee is getting scary. It's every season now.
I just
Yeah.
thought he had it, man. I thought he
No,
had it.
that he's close. He's so close. But I just like, dude,
He's so close.
this is it.
What's the ranking on that?
Dude, the second those suggestions pop up, I just thought it was fucking Lamar. Like, it just had to be.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
think
I will
also
say this,
would've went A-Rod, but
like Josh
Yeah.
Allen completely blows all of these guys out of the water,
As-
including Jalen Hurd. But
Yeah.
that's because of the tush push.
Yeah. Ashton, your dad says he says that Steve Young had like 500 concussions, so he paid the price for those 43 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, 100% he did. All right, Cam, I got you for this next one.
All right.
Who is the only athlete to be named a Pro Bowler and an All-Star in a separate sport? Ashton's dad definitely knows this one.
Yeah, I also, dude, I literally, I think I just saw this. This is our group chat, our like group chat on Instagram. I swear I've seen this like graphic recently. Yeah,
I don't think
dad.
I don't think this one got posted.
Well, I know Ash's dad definitely knows the answer. He just said, "Yes, I do know it." Is this?
I know this one.
Yeah, Jake, I know you for sure know this one. I think everybody who grew up in this era definitely knows who this was.
Grew up in this
So
era.
I'm surprised
Okay,
that
so
you don't know who it is, Cam.
Well, I grew up in every era. I grew up in every era, so that can't account to me.
I'll give you the team he played for. I'll give you the team he made the Pro Bowl with. The Oakland Raiders.
Good Raiders players.
Or they might have been in Los Angeles at the time. I actually don't remember. I probably should have done more research.
Did you just give me Joe Baxton? I'm gonna fucking lock it in.
Baxton.
Give me lock it in on Bo Jackson. Damn, all right,
Yeah.
I'll take that.
It was Bo Jackson. I realized that just gave it away.
Yeah,
At
dude,
least
just
guess
that
that, Cam.
I've
mean,
been
yeah,
fucking
like, Bo knows Bo,
blanking
man.
hard,
I mean,
bro.
come on.
You're right.
Yeah,
I've been blanking hard.
he made the Pro Bowl in 1990.
And
with
I
the
literally
Raiders. He made the All-Star game in '89 with the Royals. And he actually has publicly come out and stated that he always preferred baseball over football, calling it his first love.
I have seen that. I have, dude. I also hate that take. I'm not a big. I hate watching baseball compared to watching football. It's just there's an entertainment difference to me personally. Baseball in person when you're sitting there holding a beer.
This is about what Bo Jackson preferred to play.
All right, you're right.
Baseball in
Forget
person is probably better.
Yeah, baseball.
Football
in
baseball
is
is probably the best game to watch in person compared to watching on TV.
Yeah. Baseball, you can't watch it. It's just so much better in person. The environment, sitting there, dollar hot dog at the Rangers ballpark, giant Miller Lite in your hand, nothing beats that, dude. Nothing beats it.
Yeah, I'm currently sweating the Rangers Nerfy right now.
Rangers are so hit or miss to bet on, man. I try to stay away from their money lines, bro.
No, I got Nerfy, so I need no running in the first inning.
Okay.
From both teams. So
that's so possible. Either that or they'll let up like 10 runs on the first. We still have trivia. We are still in trivia.
We've still got 2 more questions to get through.
Ooh.
All right, Jake, this one's for you. Who holds the record for the most interceptions thrown during a single Super Bowl?
This is just like in one specific Super Bowl?
Yeah, in one specific Super Bowl.
I mean, I don't know. Eli Manning threw a lot of picks. Could it be him, maybe?
Nah, chill on
No,
my
bro.
goat.
He beat the Patriots both times, man.
Come on, bro. Chill on my goat.
You think that they would win the Super Bowl if he threw the most picks? Sorry, what?
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. When did this player play though? I have no idea who this could be.
This game took place in the early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
I will also give you this hint. He won the MVP this year.
QB in the early 2000s that won an MVP. Well, I'm assuming it's not Brady. I don't even know when he won his first MVP, but I don't know. This might be like a ridiculous guess, but like, who's the Raider? The Raiders had a QB that won. I think his name was Rich Gannon. I think he won MVP. and they
Yeah,
made the
you're
Super
right.
Bowl. Okay.
It's Rich Gannon. It's Rich Gannon.
Wow,
Wow.
Ashton, your dad is so like invested in this right now. He'll get the answer wrong, and then he'll literally chat. Dang, nope. He answered that. He answered that at the exact same time as Jake. Nice. He said, "Gannon the cannon." Wow.
Gannon the Cannon. Yeah, he threw 5 interceptions against the
Yeah,
Buccaneers
he
in the
threw
Super Bowl.
5.
Yeah, we got to get your dad to
Like
guest star on the
there's
show.
like a lot of reasons for why
was the
this
score?
happened.
What was the
So
score of this game?
I think it was 44-21.
Eesh.
Makes
But yeah,
That's just
basically like the reason this was as bad as it was is because John Gruden was the coach of the Bucks, and the year prior the Raiders
Oh,
actually
shit.
traded them to the Bucks, so he damn near knew the Raiders scheme. And I think that even the Raiders tried to come up with something new before the game, and they just completely scrapped it. And then
Yeah.
they just went in like with their current scheme, and it was just designed to fail. But also, everybody always talks about that. Nobody talks about the fact he had to play against Derek Brooks, Warren Sapp, Simeon Rice, John
Yeah.
Lynch, and Rondy Barber
okay.
all in the same game.
You know what? I would say 10 picks is still like, yeah, all right, yeah, I'll justify it. It's just going up against the
like
Avengers.
when the opposing coach knows your scheme and you have to go up against
Yeah.
that fucking defense,
Yeah, that's
you
the
stand
Avengers,
no chance.
bro. That is literally the Avengers. You're cooked.
Yeah, that's the adventure.
You're cooked.
But yeah, I mean, now he just is the quarterback that's thrown the most in a single game.
Wow.
No other quarterback has thrown 5.
That is just.
All right, Turbo.
Well, hey, Trey Lance did it in a preseason game.
That is true. That is
not,
true.
It's not the Super Bowl, though.
Yeah.
It's not the Super
Nathan
Bowl.
Complete
Peterman
same,
did it.
same stakes. Same stakes.
Yeah, literally.
What? I mean, both are actually really high stakes situation because you got to think he's fighting for a roster spot and he's fighting for a Super Bowl.
Either way,
but-
you're gonna have a rough conversation after 5 interceptions.
Oh yeah. But Turbo, I got you for this last one. Who is the only player in NBA history to record a triple double without points?
Jeez. Off the top of my head, 2 people come to mind. Rodman or Draymond Green.
All right. Well, I will tell you this: one of those is the answer. But I'm only gonna, since you know it's one of the other, I'm only going to give you one chance to guess it.
Sheesh. I'm leaning towards Draymond just because Draymond has Curry and them.
Well, yeah, but also Rodman had Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen.
Yeah,
we don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fair enough.
I think I'm going with Draymond.
You're right. It's
He
Draymond
said
Green.
Draymond.
Recorded a triple double.
No.
That is a
Green.
12
crazy.
rebounds.
The only
Hey,
thing
man.
Draymond knows.
That's just Draymond Green. I don't know what you're talking about.
The only color
Yeah, he recorded
that Draymond has ever seen on a shot meter is red. Draymond, no greens. He's never gonna see.
He scored 32 in Game 7 of the 2016 Finals, though.
Yeah, how did that finals
Yeah,
end?
did he win? Did he win
Finals?
though?
How did that finals end? Hey, Chris John, if you're listening right now, how did that finals in 2016 end?
Jeez.
Oh.
Oh wow. But yeah, he recorded a triple double with 12 rebounds, 10 assists, 10 steals. He had more blocks than points. He only scored 4 points. This is probably this is the best chance anybody's come to having like a quadruple double recently. It's just the fact he can't shoot.
Yeah, he literally he can't shoot, but he'll punch.
All right, but
That's all
that's all the trivia I've got for today. Thank you guys for indulging.
All right, what a great round of trivia once again.
Good
man.
answers, fellas.
You amaze me every week, Hunter. You pull these awesome questions out, and you really
Oh,
get my
thank you,
mind-
Cam. I appreciate it.
You really get my mind
Good job.
boggling quite often. But what do we have next on the agenda, Mr. Producer Hunter?
All right, do we want to get into some debate topics?
All right, we shall. I believe. I think that's all we've
All
got
right, cool,
left for
cool,
the day. We're running a little long, so yeah, I guess we'll go into debate.
All right,
We
let's go
try
and
and
get
cut
into
it,
some debate.
maybe cut the time down a little bit on the debates, or
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we
I'll
did
make it
last-
so
did we
that
do last
everybody
week?
has a minute, but this is actually going to, like, for Ashton, I feel like this is going to make his very difficult to answer in a minute. But yeah,
I'll
all
do
right,
my
let's go
best.
ahead and do that. You'll do your best. Okay, Ashton, the reason I say it's so difficult is because I'm going to need to, it's a start, bench, and cut. All right, all at their peak, Who would you start, bench, or cut? Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes. Starting now.
I'm gonna cut Patrick Mahomes. I don't
Easy.
care.
Easy. Really.
I'm going to bench Peyton and start Rodgers. I think that's what I'm going to do there. I think you can make an argument for Peyton Manning starting over Rodgers, but I'm taking the arm talent. And I mean Mahomes, I just don't think like all time wise right now, and even like peaks wise, he was as good as Manning or Aaron Rodgers.
No, I don't think you could justify with any of his stats in the last couple of years.
I mean, Mahomes, as far as like a playoff performer goes, clears both of those guys.
Oh
like,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But I mean, he's just
So,
that's the
like-
Mahomes magic, bro. That's just luck.
Oh, it definitely.
This is
You
for
got-
my team.
You
There's
got
definitely a
guys
little-
playing with you got guys on the other side of this question with actual IQ and actual
That's just the sign that a minute has passed, but we already were like debating it as it was going on.
I think this is
But yeah, I feel like interestingly enough, Aaron Rodgers is the most safe quarterback in this. I feel like no matter
Yeah.
what, he's
Yeah.
either going to be benched or starting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
I also feel like no matter
Yeah.
what, you're probably going to have to cut Mahomes in this. I just don't think there's a way that you could justify that since Tyreek Hill has left Kansas City, other than the fact that he wins Super
He
Bowls.
won an MVP after the year after Tyreek left and a Super Bowl.
With
Yeah,
He won
you got to
he
think
won
this is
two
all
Super
at their
Bowls.
this is
Yeah,
all at their
two Super
peak, not
Bowls.
like looking at their old. Yeah,
But he won 2 Super Bowls in a row after Tyreek left, though. I'm not getting it, man.
Just
I mean,
Peyton Manning
man,
won 5 MVPs.
I really don't. I think the games have been won.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all known this. Super Bowls win defense, or defenses win Super Bowls. Wow, dude, I haven't slept in 2
Super
days.
Bowls win
I haven't
defense.
slept in 2
All right,
days. All
hold on,
right,
hold on.
defenses win Super Bowls. Someone clip that. Let's go ahead and clip that.
Defenses win Super Bowl.
Defenses win championships. All right. Nico Harrison said it when he traded Luka. It's an obvious truth. Defenses do win championships.
Oh man,
If you
just
wanna
said
talk
Nico.
about-
now I'm mad. Let's move on.
All right. If you want to talk about the Kansas City Chiefs and why Patrick Mahomes is still getting those without Tyreek Hill, it's because Spags and Chris Jones exist. Spags makes any corner look good in that defense, and Chris Jones is just Chris Jones. It's just simple.
What about Charles?
Oh yeah, Charles. Well, he plays for your
on the
favorite team
Commanders
now.
part.
Actually, he's
Yeah,
on your
yeah, I know
favorite
that, but
team
I'm
now.
not.
But
Yeah, he
Charles
won the
was.
Super Bowl.
Well, obviously, he was one of the most dominant forces on that D line in his time with Kansas City for sure. But that's why Washington was so eager to acquire him.
No cap.
Mhm.
Yeah, bro, Longhorn legend.
Yep, the goat, Charles Omenihu. Shout out Charles Omenihu.
All right.
Shout out Zach.
Shout out
Bridges.
Charles Omenihu.
All right, is it my turn?
All right. Yeah, it's your turn, Cam. This one's going to be a fantasy football related question.
All right.
Really want to see your answer on this one. Which of these running backs in the long run do you think will be the better fantasy asset? Ashton Genty or Jeremiah Love?
Ooh, that's actually a really good question. I
I
mean,
think it's pretty easy.
I
You think it's
just
pretty easy?
I really love
Yeah.
Ashton GT. I
It's pretty
really
easy.
I really really love Ashton GT.
Actually, I think it's
And-
easy as well.
Yeah.
I think Jake would absolutely say love here. I think
No, I'm gonna go with that. I'm going with
You're
Ashton
going GT
Genty.
too?
Yeah,
you follow
I
me on
think
the
it's pretty
GT train?
easy-
I'm
easily
taking
Ashton
GT, dude. If you watched him fucking run through every bit of contact. Also, let's go back to GT's last year in college. Not only did he lead the nation in rushing yards, but the second person behind him in rushing yards didn't even have as many yards as GT had in yards after contact on the season. So he basically led the nation in rushing twice.
He got snubbed, bro. He got snubbed for Heisman.
Absolutely got
Oh, yeah.
snubbed. And I will still to this day argue that. I think he so should have got it. Travis Hunter, who wasn't live on either side of the ball. Ashton GT's a clear answer. He's dominant his entire career. I didn't know how his pass catching play would be, but he proved it last year that he could do it. I mean, it's hard to run with that O line, but what did he have, like a 75-yard touchdown
I
with two or
think-
something?
If Gino
To
could have checked down
me-
more to him, he would have gone way crazier in fantasy.
Yeah, I think he probably would have.
Gino just couldn't find a check down.
I think you could claim that he'd be a top 5 finisher in fantasy last year if Gino knew anything about where to throw a football.
Yeah, I would say I think it all comes down to who you think has a better chance to improve as a
Yeah.
team, the Raiders or the
The
Cardinals.
Cardinals are
And
just
Yeah.
weirdly enough,
The Raiders have
both are
already
like
taken
run.
a
Yeah, the
massive
Raiders have
leap forward.
already like they've
the
taken a massive
Raiders.
improvement. The Cardinals are such an incompetent organization historically. They are
They will,
so ass.
dude. They're gonna just ruin Love. Like it's gonna. I really think that he's gonna have a rookie contract, and that's just about it. Like he's just gonna be not worth paying after that. He's gonna be riddled with injuries from playing behind that Arizona O line. He's gonna have to
Mhm.
have. He's gonna have to take way too many opportunities that he doesn't really need to take, just because the team is so poverty. You're either gonna
Okay,
see.
that's a crazy take,
I don't
honestly,
know, dude.
Tim. That he's not
I'm
going to get past his rookie
He's too
All
big
contract.
of
right,
a
all
price.
right.
He's
Maybe
too
that's a
big of a
That's
little
a
too
pretty
far. Sure,
crazy.
sure. But I do
Yeah,
think he's gonna get
pretty
to.
crazy
I think
take.
he's gonna get the crap beat out of him for these next couple years in Arizona.
Yeah.
Arizona doesn't even have the capital to fix all of those issues during his rookie contract to build a better O line. They had too many old players on contract that are on way too big contracts. You're in a contract dispute with Jacoby Brissett right now. Like there's just no way that Cardinals organization can make a good enough turnaround before the Raiders do to build a dream home for Ashton GT.
Yeah. And
Jeremiah Love.
like Jeremiah Love he kind of seems like kind of a Saquon running back to me, where
Yeah,
like
I think he's good. I
he'll
think he'll be
realize his
great.
potential when he goes to a different team.
Exact, dude. That's a great
Bro, you
point.
haven't
That
even
is
played
such
a
a good way
game
to
yet.
put it.
You can't even say that. You haven't even played a
That
game yet.
how is that not
Hey,
the
brother, I
perfect?
just said it.
How is that not the perfect comparison though?
I
Saquon
mean,
in
we
New
don't know,
York
like,
was
bro.
a very
Who'd have
talented
thought
player, but he didn't
like
get
the
to do
Texans
anything.
I'm
before they got
Saquon in
CJ
Philly
Stroud?
with an actual decent team won a Super Bowl his first year out of that organization, and you
Yeah,
can
he could still
totally
be a
say that
productive
Saquon is
player
the reason that they
regardless.
got
So
there. You could
I mean,
safely
he's gonna
say
be a
that
productive
Saquon's the
player
reason they got
regardless.
there.
So I'm not saying he'll be like Ashton Genty or but he'll still be a productive player. I
Yeah,
feel pretty
all
confident.
he'll
right,
be
dude.
productive. I think he'll be
Since
great.
me and you are debating right now, let me actually go ahead and give you your debate topic. This one's going to be college football related. Sorry to kind of like abruptly end that one,
No, it's okay.
but
It's okay. We're actually running out of time here,
the
so
one that
carry us
I've
out.
yeah, the one I've got you because we all got heated about that one. Jake, the question that I'm going to give you is what is the likelihood that Jeremiah Smith will be the first wide receiver drafted #1 overall since Keyshawn Johnson back in '96?
Well, I mean, if anyone has a shot, it's him, but I'm gonna give it like no chance. I think there's just too many good
Yeah.
quarterbacks that are like slated to come out of next year's draft. Obviously, you have Arch, Dante Moore,
Mm-hmm.
CJ Carr is building up a lot of steam. So, I mean, Jeremiah Smith, like, I'm sure on every draft board next year, like all analysts will tell you, yeah, this is easily the best player in the draft. I'm not gonna say easily though, because there are some dogs even outside of receiver. Like Leonard Moore is really good too. Two edge rushers, Colin Simmons, Dylan Stewart, they're also really elite. But I mean, that number one team, they're definitely going to pick a QB because they're going to be picking number one for a reason. That's because they had shit QB play. And if there's a good enough prospect out there, they don't really care about a Jeremiah Smith when they can go get a potential quarterback of the future.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I think the only positions you can really afford to draft at the #1 pick are either quarterback, defensive end, lineman. Those are the only
Yeah,
positions that you should be drafting at the #1 overall pick because
and
those can be an immediate cornerstone of your team.
even
Like, yeah,
linemen.
Jeremiah Smith is like a really talented receiver. He's going to be like a very high pick next year.
Nah,
But I
he's
just like the only reason he would ever go
insane.
#1 is if like a team already has everything and then everybody just gets hurt and doesn't play for a
Yeah,
year. And
I
then
was
they
gonna say
Even
randomly
then,
that.
they
they randomly just fall in their lap, but they just trade it away.
Hmm.
Because I mean
yeah,
they're like,
they
we can
just straight
trade down
away.
to get Jeremiah Love,
Well,
So
I ha-
yeah.
I have a theory that this is my hot take, way too early. I think that the Jets wind up taking Dante Moore first overall in next year's draft. And this is not by the Jets earning the first overall on their own, but this is by the Jets acquiring it through trade. I think probably only having to move up a few picks. I think they have a great roster right now, but Geno Smith is still their QB at the end of the day. So, um,
Yeah.
but that
And Aaron
is
Glenn is their head coach.
well, no, I'm not on the Aaron Glenn hate. I'm an Aaron Glenn supporter. Just as Jake is with Ben Simmons. I am an Aaron Glenn supporter.
Hate Aaron Glenn.
I think that at some point he will turn this around. I think he'll get that ship turned around. It was a really really rough start, but I mean, what are you gonna do when you're tasked with being the head coach of the New York Jets, especially in the situation that they were in, selling away everything of talent, and then
I'm
you're
not saying I
barren.
expected much, but I at least expect something. I mean, they didn't force a single interception last year, and he's a defensive
Yeah.
head coach.
Well, I
Like,
mean, now
Yeah.
there's no
My favorite
excuses.
stat from last year is what quarterback do you think this
That's
is?
a
And it
long
was
stat.
like however like it was like 4,500 yards, 41 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and that was just the combined numbers of all quarterbacks that played against the Jets.
Wow, that's just, dude, freaking.
Heat.
There is one excuse I think I'll give Aaron Glenn if next season doesn't work out better for them. What did they win? Only 1 or 2 games this last year. I
Yeah,
remember the
it was
first
very
one. The
minor.
first one was like the 10th. It was week 10 when they finally got their first win. I'm pretty sure. I remember it being so late in the season. Aaron Glenn running up and down the sideline, freaking out, dancing and stuff. So happy. I love that clip. He's just such an awesome dude. Seeing him happy just makes me happy. But I think he totally turns it around this year. Your only excuse if you don't is Geno Smith. But the rest of that roster is stacked. I mean, look at what they did in the draft this year. You got Kenyon Sadiq, what's his name? The bowling ball wide receiver.
Mark Cooper.
Yes, Omar Cooper. You got Garrett Wilson on the other side. You just somehow are able to re-sign Brees Hall after that whole trade deadline debacle last year between him and the owner. Their offense is a beautiful piece right now. They just need the right leader at the helm, and we've been saying that since the draft episode. But that's literally Aaron Glenn's only excuse this year is Geno just can't get it done.
I love how this was a discussion
Yeah,
about
this just
Jeremiah
came.
Smith and it
This
turned
just
into
came.
Aaron Glenn
I don't
somehow.
know. I
Well, if
don't
you
know,
think
but it
about
got
it,
there.
Jeremiah Smith and Geno Smith are actually related, so it works out.
All right.
That's true. That's true.
Is it
Yeah,
All
actually?
right, Turbo. I got you for the next debate topic, and this one's basketball related.
Nice.
So far, which NBA team do you think has improved the most as a result of trades and free agency?
See, hands down, it's got to be the Sixers.
Yeah, that's a freebie.
100%. Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
this one's a freebie. It's the Sixers.
And they're gonna go get
going and
Braun.
trading Paul George for a guy that's probably like 5-6 years younger than him, and is a champion, Finals MVP. I mean, I don't see how it's not the Sixers. Um, yeah, I think it's pretty simple, short and sweet. Just the Sixers.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know who these NBA GMs think Paul George is, but I mean, he is not the same player he used to be.
Dude, he's just always he's always involved in some sort of crazy trade. I just don't get it. And I don't know if this
I mean,
is
he like as a Mavericks fan, he is a part. Paul George is a part of the worst trade in NBA history. The Paul George Clippers trade, or the Paul George Clippers trade, worst trade. Like you could make an argument, it's one
Yeah,
of the worst
dude,
trades in all of sports.
that's why we
That's
have
how
to,
bad it is.
dude, yeah, oh my god, there's so many different like what is it, realities that just broke off and created in that trade, bro. We got so many new timelines out of that, bro, and it sucks. And now,
Yeah.
and dude, just the way the league is shaken up so much in this offseason. You got Ant and Melo together now. That's just such a weird duo. Melo's really fruity.
And
Top
the
3
Wasp.
picks in the same
Yeah,
draft. by the
literally
way.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. Ant's like hella hood, and Melo's just hella not. They're just going to be a really cool dynamic between the two of them. Miami is going to be fun to watch when nobody's shooting from the perimeter, probably still. I haven't been.
I think the NBA in general is just going to be really good to watch.
think, yeah.
It's like
It'll be.
I
A very
think this
fun
is.
season.
I think it's going to be such a better season. For
It'll
what we
be
got
a very
this
fun
year.
season for the games they allow you to watch.
Yeah, the games that you don't have to have 15 other streaming services to watch. I think the actual
Yeah, I
number is
don't know.
11 total streaming
I don't know
services.
what was your problem with yours. Mine was working.
I don't
perfectly fine.
know. I only get the games that would also be compatible with Amazon and Peacock apparently. And I pay for
The only ones
I
that
pay for the $27
watch
a month fucking.
the Mavs game.
Yeah, the Mavs, you have to get the Mavs TV add-on. That one's stupid. That's like it's like a $45 add-on on top of it. And I'm
Ugh.
already paying almost 30 a month. But yeah. Well, is that
Do
the
you have any
end?
questions from chat?
Yeah, is that the end of the debate? Have we got any questions from the chat? Ashton's dad, you got any questions for us? We just got a few more viewers over there. I don't know if I said it earlier. I think I did, but I don't remember. But shout out Nico for the follow.
Let's go, Nico.
And yeah, dude, let's go, Nico. Long time no see.
Let's go, Nico.
Ashton's dad says, "Nope, no questions from him." Shout out Milton and shout out the Stew Poker too. Shout out Chev in the Marine Corps. Shout out Sam Jones of being a stepdad. Shout out Carl Malone wearing number 13 for the Blitz and Bricks 13's lucky number 13 episode.
All right, bro. Okay, all right.
I don't know.
No. We can cut this
Just
one
make
now.
sure that you like, comment, subscribe, follow, and subscribe, like, follow, comment. And that's all I have. Thank you guys once again for coming back. I think soon we're going to try to roll in some Tailing Turbo again if you guys want to make some.
Let's do it, bro.
If you want to make
Especially
some
when we
money.
get into when we get into the semifinals and the final for the World Cup, I think that would definitely be a lot of fun.
Ashton's dad said Ashton GT is greater than Ashton Scott. And then he says, "Good show, guys. Thanks."
Thank you.
Shout out Ashton's
Thank you,
dad,
Scott.
locking it down, holding it down. And that is all I got for shout outs tonight. Shout out everything. Shout out LeBron.
Shout out LeBron.
Shout out LeBron.
All right,
Shout out LeBron. Yeah, I just want to shout out LeBron just because.
That's all we got. Then
That's all we
Yeah,
got.
that's it. See you guys
Thank
next
you for tuning in, everybody.
Tuesday.
We really do appreciate it.
Later.